so we were working on the infinite combo. Oh, not that one, but that's a good one too. I meant this. Yeah, or just any number of infinite combos where the Airwrap is in between a stall combination, because what you end up doing is you're doing one direction, then one direction stall, then the other direction of the Airwrap, and the other direction stall. Okay, here we go. So I think if you make a bigger hand path, it can help. And then the other thing that can help actually is if you do, so I know they're both, I know it's flat like this, but if you make more of a V, I don't know if you can see the difference. So like this is more of like a V angle in front of me instead of flat. If you have a little bit more of a V, it's a little easier to intersect the poi. Try keeping your elbow out more. In fact, you know tango. You know how when you're in tango you do more of a frame? Yeah, so more frame while you're doing it, and it should hit your arm less in theory. What it looks like is happening consistently is at the point where you're hitting the tangle, you just stop and you don't continue applying force. So equal and opposite force. Okay, that might be a rotation of your hand thing. So it might be that you're doing this instead of this. This instead of this. When you're rotating like this, the top of your hand is exposed more. And when you have your hand more like this, so actually look at it from the side. So when you're like this, the poi is closer to your hand, which means when the other poi is coming in, it's more likely to hit your hand here. Whereas if your hand is out here, that extra 2 inches, the extra 2 inches matters because you know, you're sticking it in there and like you've just got more space to manipulate things. I'm just saying, size matters. I think both of the two things that I said in combination. More force as they hit, more out the tip of your finger than your hand down. I mean, they're still not as good as my good direction, though. Right on. Right on. Right on. Right on. Yeah, girl, you got it. Yeah. Okay, so this is the time where did we talk about the poi game? The going from 40% to 60%? So tracking out of 100 how many you do, and tracking how many you can do consecutively, both. Because that's objective statistics, and if you write them down, because here's the thing, even if you can only get 10 in a row, but you get 40 in one practice, and then your next practice you get 30 in a row, but then you get 1, and then you miss 10, and then 1, and then you miss 10, and 1, and then you miss 10, and you end up with like 37, you actually did better in the practice where you got 40, even though you got 30 in a row. So it's two different measures. One is total number of successful Airwraps out of 100, and one is consecutive Airwraps in a row. They're two different things. And I would write it down in your flow journal. Because then it's like very clear and you can see your progress over time. And we're not talking your progress over days. We're talking your progress over months. We want to extend your sense of time so that you can, you know, forestall any frustrations you might have from premature judgment. It's like premature ejaculation. It's not effective. I'm serious. Premature judgment and premature ejaculation are very similar. Judging before it's time, not good for you.